Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening and welcome back to North American PC Go4 number 138. My name is Corn Bob, I'll be your caster today. And for our first match in the quarterfinals, we have Nameless versus Octave Gaming. Please excuse me as I fix my overlay. Get people on the right side. There we go. Nameless versus Octave Gaming. We're starting off with the quarterfinals, and from there we will head to the semifinals, and then we likely won't be covering the grand finals. That'll be hosted by someone else. But that's alright. I've done a lot of the grand finals recently. The last like 3 or 4 weeks I've done grand finals, and it's a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but they do go pretty late sometimes. Last week we were up till, I think, like 4 a.m., 4:30 on the East Coast. Which is about 2 a.m. my time. So I'd like to avoid that. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so hopefully we'll be doing a little bit better today. Not going quite as long. This is starting kind of early. No, actually, starting right on time. 8 o'clock is the estimated start time for this. I mean, obviously, we just start the quarterfinals as soon as the round of 16 is over. But the approximate time for that is 8 p.m. my time, 10 p.m. Eastern. And it is 10:04 on the East Coast right now, so starting more or less on time. Octave Gaming are the 27th seed coming into this tournament. They were not likely to get here. I mean, they had a pretty easy or rough way getting here so far, but then in their last match, 2 matches ago even, they had a upset win over one of the higher seeded teams in a, I want to say 7-5 or 7-6 victory. Very, very close one. Managed to make it all the way here. And in their last round, in the round of 16, they had a 6-0 roll over their opponents to land themselves in this quarterfinal spot. Nameless, kind of the opposite story. They had a pretty easy ride through the first half of this tournament, and then once they got to the round of 16, they really struggled. A 6-4 was their final score on their last map. Now coming into this one, of course, we'll see how they do in the quarterfinals. Coastline will be our map to start things off, as I've alluded to in the Twitch chat. And we'll be ready to go live as soon as we have all 10 players in the server. Do want to remind everybody that we are on a mandatory 3-minute delay, as is required by ESL casters, just to keep things fair, make sure nobody can cheat. The players, if they're streaming, I'm not sure if they're streaming, but if they are streaming, they are not required to be on this delay. So they may be ahead of us. If you're wondering why, that would be why. And totally fine if you want to watch their stream as well. Just don't come into the chat and spoil anything. It's the only requirement. But yes, I hope everyone has had a good weekend. It was daylight savings time last night, at least where I'm at. Which means that I got a little bit extra sleep that I wasn't expecting, which is always a blessing. It was a big weekend of watching esports for me. We had not a lot in Rainbow Six going on, but in the global esports scene, we had League of Legends Finals, Overwatch World Cup, and lots of fun stuff. So we'll wait for the ready up from both teams. And we should be getting to go live here. Another esport event was the Canadian Nationals, which I watched some really close games that went on there. It was a 3-0 and a best of 5, which is a little bit sad. But the first 2 went to overtime, and the third one was very close as well. If I'm remembering correctly, I think I am. So, well done to Team Canada to win that one out over Grizzlies. Neither of those teams in this tournament. Of course, we are in the Go4. And there's a few familiar faces. Slammed 2.0. If you were watching last week, they're back in the tournament. We will be seeing them in the semifinals, assuming they make it that far. That'll be the next match after this one. I'm not sure what's going on with Nameless. I haven't heard anything from them. But hopefully they let us know that they're ready soon. And we can get underway. because as I mentioned, these can go a little bit long, and nobody likes to be up until 4 in the morning. I get that we like this game. I get it's a good time casting and watching and playing in these tournaments, but it's a Sunday night. And generally, people have things to do tomorrow. Not that I mean, it doesn't matter to me, really. I'm not doing grand finals. It's my week off. Which is both a blessing and a curse, I suppose. It is, of course, a good time. But 2 maps is all we'll have tonight. Coastline's our first one. The second will be the semifinals. The winner of this versus the winner of the last quarterfinal match, which I don't have in front of me, but that'll be a good one as well. We got a lot of people in chat already, which is nice to see. Looks like mostly fans of Nameless, the silent team who has not spoken yet. There they are. Ready's coming out, starting the match. Nameless versus Octave Gaming in the quarterfinals of North American PC Go4 number 138. Let me get some sound up for you guys, and we'll get right into things with the banning phase. And do let me know if there's anything going on with the sound. If my mic is too loud, if the game's not loud enough, anything like that. I'm reading the chat, so I will hear you. But again, we're on that 3-minute delay, so it might not get adjusted right away. Lion is the first ban, to the surprise of almost nobody, coming out from Octave Gaming. Dr. Chips says, we have no strats, be nice. Well, you don't need strats to be able to ban Lion. He's not a lot of thinking required in that choice. Most common banned operator in the game. Blackbeard a little bit less common. The classic combo would be Lion Glaz, but Blackbeard, to some, just as annoying. Fulfills a similar role, and can be very frustrating if you lose out in a battle duel Blackbeard. Mira, the most commonly banned defensive operator. Again, no real surprise there. Let's see who Octave choose. Will it be the Echo that we so often see? Perhaps, perhaps not. No, it's going to be the Maestro this time. So, not uncommon operators, but not the big 4 that we often see. So, as we're ready to go live in the first round, I'll go down these rosters real quick for you. On the side of Octave, we have Oatmeals, Rebuff Ella Please, Galaxy, Dr. Chips, and Pushing. And over on the side of Nameless, they've got K2, Extra, Habibi, Nikki, and Strage. I'm aware that these may not be the exact names of all the players. For example, Rebuff Ella Please probably goes by a different name, but I don't know it, so I'm just going to go by the in-game tag that they're tagged up as. Is this finals? No, this is the quarterfinals in the North American Go4. Grand finals will start in approximately 2 hours, but that's very approximate. It could be anywhere from an hour and a half to 4 hours from now. I hope it's not 4 hours from now, though. Regardless, we're going live. The first bomb site is actually over on Billiards, which is not a common first bomb site to see. Oftentimes you'll see Kitchen, or if Mira's allowed, the Penthouse Theater maybe. But Hookah Billiards is going to be the bomb site of choice for Octave. Now these are the guys who claim that they had no strats. I want to see if this is true. They are running a Rook, which means they might be planning to play aggressive, which is a strat. A little bit basic maybe, but we'll see how he goes. No immediate peek outs, it doesn't look like. He's getting ready though. He's warmed up. Galaxy, his right click does seem to work. Oatmeal's on the Valkyrie. You can check out where he's roaming around too. Mostly on the bottom floor. Valkyrie very powerful on this map. Ooh, kind of misses target with that camera, but not too bad. Aiming at the front door, that seems to be where all of the attack is coming towards. Climbing up the building to start things off, though. The Capitao of Habibi, just looking into the site. I mean, that's not even the site. That's what you might have expected the site to be. But no, there's no bombs in there. They're on the other side of the map. Somebody didn't grab their rook armor. That would be a rebuff on the smoke. He'll probably be able to rotate back around. Although he's on a bit of a roam down here in the sunrise bar. A lot of times you don't see a smoke this aggressive, but here he is playing close to Dr. Chips in the hallway. And Oatmeal's as well pretty far off site. So it's a very aggressive strategy we see from the defense. No kills just yet though. Some things starting to get opened up as Extra's going to make sure that nobody's flanking behind with the Claymore. That could be important because the Valkyrie's playing around that area. On her cams right now, but yeah, she's in security at the moment. Could easily make that rotate around. Firing down the hallway. They've found the rook. They've found him behind the shield, and they will be able to take down Galaxy Habibi with the first kill of the match. Rebuffed. Guz gonna trade that right back out, but Extra finds Dr. Chips to 3-on-2 all of a sudden. And a few defenders left alive. On the stairs, Habibi takes down Rebuff before Rebuff even knows what's going on. Oatmeal's is now in a great position to go for a flank, but the problem is there's nobody really to slow down the enemy team for him. It's just pushing still on the site. Ironically, not pushing up behind the enemy like Oatmeal's is potentially... Ooh, this could be a big C4. Does find the kill on a Habibi who was on his drone. Came out of nowhere. And then another one. They have no idea where he's at. Extra gets taken down to the stairs, and it's all evened out at a 2-on-2. Pushing's taking a little bit of damage in the meantime, but he's still full HP. Or... no, he's not. He's still alive. That's what I meant to say. Firing at the wrong thing, though. Stage will land the headshot, and it's going to be up to Oatmeal's to try to clutch it. Plant is going down, as we can see, and he's not going to be able to stop it in time. Firing down the hallway, though. He's going to get a kill on a K2. Oatmeal's on the cameras. Needs to find out where this diffuser was planted. Sees the feet right through that L hole. The rotate has come out from Strage, though. Backing off. Diffuser planted. He just needs to play this passive. He's not looking the right direction. The Valkyrie coming in from the hallway. Oatmeal's... what does he expect the Habana to do? He could just go for the plant, but that's going to take some noise. He really needs to get this kill as fast as he possibly can. Time is running out. He's on such little HP. The Habana is nowhere to be found. He's got to go for this plant, and this might be the end of it. Strage, aware of the situation, tries to retreat back, but it might be too late. I think this is going to be a win. Yes, it will. Strage doesn't even need that time. Nameless are going to win the first round, despite a really nice showing from the Valkyrie. Oatmeal's with 3 kills to start off this game. Not too bad at all, but only scoreline that counts is the one on the left side of your screen. Game is quiet. Thank you. I can fix that. Let me know how that is. So again, sticking with hookah billiards. And rebuff on the alibi, Galaxy over to the smoke. Galaxy, the first one to die in the last round, choosing not to play on the rook anymore. And I like the fact that rebuff has switched off of the smoke. That's generally an operator you want to keep alive as long as you possibly can. And he seemed to play more of a roaming style. Alibi, much more suited to that sort of play style. So I like this change up from them. Still with a deployable shield here in the aquarium. I think this is a good spot for it. Although it didn't save the rook of last time. Alright, Galaxy still died from it. At least gave him an angle that he could try to fight. The fact that he lost that does not necessarily mean that the angle he was fighting at was bad. But maybe if he just played a little bit more passively or hit his shots, one of the two, that would have been a much better place for him to be hiding. But Oatmeal is the star of the game in the first round. Once again, running around and... ooh, that one might have missed a little bit. He's not happy about it. And that was a very important camera they had going last time. This front door being opened up very quickly. There's nobody right at the door right now, but it's the same position where he was able to get a really great flank in the last round. So he's likely going to be sitting here for a little while longer. Now, the Alibi has had a few of her clones shot at. She's not looking to her left, although now she knows. She can get the ping on this player on the window. That might be what it takes to push in. But she's just going to wait till she's on the drone. Now goes the peek. Doesn't manage to get the kill. Such little HP on Nikki, and Nikki might be reset. Able to get at least half of her HP back, but it's going to be Habibi, again, the first one to get the kill. Onto Rebuff this time. That's the Alibi gone. Oatmeal's continuing his streak onto Strage. Makes it a 4-on-4. And that's the Habana gone. That's a pretty important operator. Maybe less so on Coastline than other maps. But always a hard breacher is going to be an important kill to get early on the defensive side. Nobody here for the C4 if he's actually going to go for this. Completely blind, and no. I'm not sure if that was bad information or if he's just taking a wild guess. But that was never going to hit anybody, unfortunately. And he's going to lose his life because of an extra. We'll be able to hunt him down on the bottom floor. Just ran around in the kitchen. And likely that Valkyrie was too distracted looking up at the ceiling. So 3 defenders now. Galaxy playing on the stairs, and it's Dr. Chips. Next one to fall to extra. The Thatcher in this game playing really, really well. 2 kills so far this round. Claymore at the top of the stairs, but 1 at the bottom as well. Can't hurt. The 2 defenders huddling back. A lot of time on that clock. 1:10 still to go in this round. And things could be getting dicey for the defense. A minute now. EMP grenade going to go off. Stop those goo mines. He's being droned, and that is unfortunate. They're going to know exactly where he's at. He will retreat, though, but someone's watching that window. It's Nikki. Finds the kill on a push again. It's all up to Galaxy in a 1-on-4 to try to get the first round on the board. Takes a little bit of damage from that frag grenade of the sledge. The Alibi still doing a little bit of damage. That tracking working out for them through the smoke now. He's going to need to make something happen. The diffuser has been planted, and his head has been blown off. K2 with the headshot. Gives Nameless their second round. It's good. Perfect. Penthouse Theater, the next bomb site. I'm not surprised they're swapping off of Hookah Billiards. I am surprised that they're not going to Kitchen yet. That's usually the go-to bomb site on defense, especially when there's no Mira. So the fact that they're going to Penthouse regardless is a little bit interesting. Obviously, this used to be a very, very popular site back before the pick ban system happened, but without Mira, it gets a lot more difficult. You'd like to put a Mira window between those bomb sites. Player in Theater, and then you can look into Penthouse just fine. Now it becomes a little bit more difficult to hold this site, but not undoable.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Again, you see a really aggressive lineup from the side of Octave Gaming. A Bandit, a Smoke, a Valkyrie, a Mute, and a Vigil. I mean, that's not the most aggressive in the world, but certainly more than you would expect. I guess what happens when Mira and Maestro to the strongest. I'm not going to say passive, but not aggressive. I guess that is passive, isn't it? Strongest anchors in the game. Let's go with that. I'm surprised Echo isn't really being utilized. Maybe this team not super comfortable with Echo. It's tough to say. I don't know them very well. This is just a Go4. But regardless, if they weren't comfortable, they probably should have banned him out. Seems like they don't have a strategy, though. The fact that they said at the beginning of the round and the way they've been playing kind of makes that seem true. But, I mean, they've been fragging out enough to keep it at least a little bit close. In that first round, especially, when Oatmeal's popped off. But you saw, when Oatmeal's died early, his team was in a whole lot of trouble. He still leads the server with 4 kills. Habibi, though, has gotten a lot of entry frags. A lot of really important kills. Right? Start off the round strong. Start them in favor of your team. So he's up there in the numbers as well.
Bomb located by attackers.
Dr. Chips, it'll be interesting to see what he's up to on the Vigil. Very aggressive operator, as I was kind of mentioning before. And Rebuff as well. Playing where the Valkyrie is playing in the last couple of rounds here in the main lobby. But for now, everybody seems content just to do their own thing Not a lot of players on the ground floor. One of them, however, is Nikki for the attack. Extra hits a headshot onto Omiel again, shutting down the Valkyrie. Second early death, and Dr. Chips gonna find the refrag. Extra goes down. Meanwhile, K2 is opening up this bomb site with the sledge. This wall not reinforced, so he's able to just put a big gap in it and reconnect with his teammate of Habibi. As I mentioned his name, he's going to shoot the head off of Galaxy Rebuff, though. Again, trades immediately onto Strage, so it's still a tied game in terms of player count. Popping his head up, though. It's the Bandit trying to get some damage down, but he's on such low HP. This fire arrow might be enough if only it was aimed correctly. And meanwhile, while he was trying to deal with this Bandit player, all of his teammates have died. He's in a 1-on-3 situation in the best round so far for Octave Gaming. Can they clutch it out, though? Habibi only on about 30, 40 HP. Doesn't even see the defender. Rebuff, Ella, please. Takes him down with a headshot. And it's 2-1. Finally, they will... Oh, they're not going to kitchen. They thought about it. But it's going to be Hookah again. Alright. They've already lost this bomb site 2 times. They're changing up their operators again, though. Dr. Chips liking the Vigil. And pushing to the castle this time. So that's not an operator they brought in the last 2. Certainly a site-changing operator. The attacker side of things, pretty much exactly the same all throughout. Not going to let that 1 round loss phase them. They're content with their lineup. And we'll watch as they start to set up their defense. Round 4, you can see a little bit of that castle barricades being used already. The attempt here to try to funnel the attackers, make them go exactly where you want to. Now they've reinforced this before, or not reinforced, sorry, but bordered it up with a just wooden barricade. Castle, much more effective though. Now they do have a sledge on the field, so maybe castle not the best choice here. They also have a Zofia, and they have a Habana, who, worst case scenario, can deal with those. So there's a lot of soft destruction on the attacker's side, and you might be able to deal with this castle barricades a little bit easier than other compositions. Nikki already taken a little bit of damage. Might have just been some fall damage or something, though. Tough to say. Looking over at the roamers. This time, Rebuff is on the Jaeger instead of the Bandit. Pretty similar, but a little bit different in terms of that utility. Again, Oatmeal's playing down below and sees someone just for a second outside of kitchen, revealing his position. He'll have to back off. No longer able to get that. Looks like one of his black eyes was shot out now. Again, the same C4. Again, nobody there. So whatever information he's getting to throw that C4 right there, might need to rethink that a little bit. Because that's the second time he's wasted it in the exact same way. Already a bit of aggression onto the site. You can see pushing, crouching, and Hookah by the bomb. And it's Nicky Poo just looking around, but deciding to retreat now. Maybe going from the bottom Sunrise Bar, maybe.
Bomb located by attackers.
We'll see. Ooh, there's a nice opportunity. Extra. Really well flanked onto Oatmeals, who was the roamer. So not aware of the attacker's position when you're Valkyrie. That's something you really got to nail. And Extra will take his free kill. K2 looking towards the bomb site. Nobody in his crosshairs just yet. Habibi, find someone with a crossbow, though. Habibi, another one onto pushing. Going real well so far. 25 HP, but it doesn't really matter. Extra gets one more, and it's all up to nobody, because Nicky Poo with the Claymore gets the final kill under Rebuff. Yep, that'll do it. Gotta watch where you're going. It was a desperate situation. I mean, I don't blame him too much there. In a 1-on-4, 1-on-5, that can be really tough. So another round going in favor of Nameless. Are they doing hookah again? This is going to be their 4th time on hookah. If they lose it, it'll be their 4th time losing hookah. I don't know why they're so against the kitchen bomb site. And they unfortunately won Penthouse on round number 3, so they can never go back to that on defense unless they go into overtime. And right now, with the current scoreline, overtime is likely if they're going to win this. But right now, it's been so well played by Nameless. They do seem like the better team. Look at stats again. 6 kills, 6 kills. Extra and Habibi really pulling the weight. I know we have a lot of Nikki fans in the chat. At the bottom of the scoreline for the team. But, you know, there's some support play going on. I'm sure the calls are there. Galaxy again trying out the Rook. They put rebuff over onto the Valkyrie. So, some role shifts. Pretty much everybody playing a new operator other than Pushing, who's still on the castle. First one going outside of Cocktails. And again, we see 0 changes from the attacking lineup. Just have exactly the same operators they brought every single round so far.
5 seconds to go.
And I was praising Oatmeals for his really early Valkyrie plays, but since then he has struggled a little bit, dying pretty early in the last couple of rounds. Some different cameras coming from Rebuff, throwing one outside there in the northwest corner. Is anybody spawning though? That's the question. Looks like Rebuff's content to sort of just sit back on the bomb site after throwing out his cameras. It'll mostly be Dr. Chips on the roam. Oatmeals is still pretty close to the bomb site as well. Okay, Rebuff is also in the sunrise right now. Dr. Chips got to be a bit careful. Some shots fire off behind his head, but he makes it out without any damage. Currently sitting in security room. These Valkyrie cams not too impactful. Pushing still playing on the stairs as well. And down below, maybe ready to rotate back up. That's a Rebuff. Nope, just going to sit behind that plant. The attackers likely wanting to clear out this bottom floor. This has been a very heavy roam strategy from Octave Gaming. So I don't blame them at all. This time it's a little bit less. Oatmeal is back to his form. Takes down Nikki. K2 as well taking a bit of damage. Looking for the head. Can't find it though. 50 HP left on him. And Extra's been down below. Dr. Chips on the roam. Finds him. It's a 3-on-5. And this is looking good for finally winning on Hookah. But we'll see. Still 3 players stand in their way. And a nice shot from Strage. Fires down the headshot onto Galaxy. That's going to make it a little bit easier. Not looking the right way, though. Oatmeals takes down Habibi. Thought he was safe on his camera, but he was not. Cleaned up while unaware. In the same position, Strage gets another kill on Oatmeals. 2-on-3. Still player disadvantage, but that gap is shrinking. K2 worried about all angles. Not looking at the right one, though. There was a player on the stairs as well, to be fair. If Strage can pick up his teammate, this would be huge. Trying to cover onto the hallway, and he will be able to find the pickup onto K2. Keeping it in a 3-on-2. 45 seconds to go in this round, and Strage actually able to plant it. But weary of some aggression coming from the other bomb site. Fires through the wall, but can't quite get it. Dr. Chips finds it at K2, and Rebuff finds the last one on a Strage. It's looking good for a comeback that round, but it will be 3-2 going into the second half. And finally, Hookah works out. We'll swap sides now. And this is more typical. An Echo, Kitchen, this is what I expect to see from a defense. On Coastline when Echo's not banned. Glaz as well, though, not banned. And that wasn't taken advantage of at all by Nameless. So Octave and Nameless both going to be utilizing very strong operators. Never mind. So he's tricking us. He still wants the glass though. Another interesting difference is choosing to play on the Thermite rather than the Habana. Sort of a stylistic choice. I mean, most people tend to prefer Habana on this map. Most people tend to prefer Habana in general, and then Thermite for a few specific bomb sites or a few specific maps. This is generally not thought to be one of them, but who knows? There are some important walls to get on this map, and in terms of hatches, I guess there's nothing you really need to be worried about. Maybe this one. Or some more off-site, but... Oh well, another stylistic choice. They're going for the buck rather than the sledge. But mostly personal preference. I want to see what the roamers are up to for Nameless, how they want to play with their aggressive players. We do have Twitch as well, which is interesting. Usually you don't see unless the mirror gets unbanned. This operator's seen a huge down spike in terms of playtime. But attackers have been released now. I'm just going to open up their own hatch. Fair enough. And this is an aggressive angle from K2. Gets off of it though. Probably the smart decision as it's now being shot up from the repelling player. Oatmeal's currently, now he did reveal he was on glass, so the enemy team will know that there's a glass. But at the moment, he is not peeking into anything. Slow and steady with these pushes. Galaxy not quite slow enough, though. Looking the wrong way. He has a second shock drone, of course. He can use to infiltrate through other means. Extra running around main lobby. Not a lot happening in the first minute of this round. Even the roamers are starting to head back with not a lot of action. Again, Strage on the smoke. In blue bar, pretty aggressive. A little bit far off site. He's not upstairs or anything, but he'll just rotate back in. Fair enough. Habibi, very low HP. I'm not sure what happened to him. He's on his drone right now. So, something bad, apparently, and Strage will reset him. It's not that bad. Strage, however, after getting that reset, takes a little bit of damage on his own. They're both at 50% HP. He's looking out this window, and there are attackers out there. You can see the gunfire flaring through. Oatmeal's potentially going for this plant. Rebuff as well, working his way up top. Now, he does have to worry about some roamers. This is exactly where he wants to be on the buck. But if he's not careful, a big flank could come out. He's got a frag grenade in hand. I don't believe this will hit anybody. No, it will not. This peek goes down to the very, very back of that room. Meanwhile, Nicky's going to be able to get a kill. Playing on the Legion. Putting the player advantage in favor of Nameless, but... Otherwise, 35 seconds ago in this attack, they still haven't cleared out the roamers from up top. Not a lot has been done. Rebuff on his own trying to take down these two roamers, but it looks like they've decided it's maybe time to back off. K2 still wants to stay here extra as well. Nicky Poo, another one onto Oatmeals. It's a 5-on-2, and things are going really poorly. K2 gets rebuff after he finally gets one, but Nicky will get the final frag onto pushing. And Nameless take a very decisive defensive round. Four to 2 is our scoreline. And Penthouse is our bomb site. Some trash talk going on in the chat, I believe. I'm not sure what they're talking about, to be honest. But that's okay. You know, it's a little bit surprising. Rebuff is playing, or Rebuff's name is Rebuff Ella Please. And never played the Ella. Sees the Ella in the enemy team now, though. And is he going to 6-pick off that Ash? Potentially. Thinking about it for sure. Over the Zofia. Not a bad choice there. And it was Blue Bar that was
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
the site changed to Blue Bar and Sunrise. I did catch that right before they swapped off their screen. The one bomb site we haven't seen yet. So all four
attackers.
getting taken for a spin by both these two teams. It'll be interesting to watch how they play this one compared to the other 3 bomb site we've seen played so far. 2 drones already gone, as we haven't even started the game off yet.
10 seconds left.
Twitch drone's still alive, luckily enough, though. Galaxy hiding that very well.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse.
We'll start off with round number 7. Now the Echo drone, the Yokais weren't used super effectively. I mean, they weren't really needed last round. Generally more of sort of a last-ditch situation. If they're able to get that plant down, Habibi can be really effective, but he sort of just took a bunch of damage and then didn't do much. Again, that's not a knock towards him. Just not given the opportunity to shine, as you sometimes need to be as Echo. So, same with the operator. Nikki's still on castle as well. Really, it's just K2 swapping things up drastically. And he's just playing up top. It's really important to be able to cover this top half. And there's nobody currently playing inside of hookah. But you can see a couple of gunshots firing in through that right hole. I believe that is the glass. Yes, it is. He's got the window open onto the A-bomb site as well. But probably if they're smart, nobody's going to peek that. I mean, Rebuff can try. Maybe going to come up against the Ella as he's trying to clear this barbed wire. Not sure, though, of how to proceed. Galaxy's going to come up right next to him, and they are aware that somebody's playing there. I mean, all of that utility being placed down would suggest it. But so far, K2 hasn't had an opportunity to land any shots, so he will just sit. Habibi bringing his drone in, give a little bit more information, but everybody else has kind of rotated away. You can see Rebuff running across the roof of the building now, over towards his teammate, pushing so he can start entering where he is droning out. Entry will start. Again, it takes them a long time to get going on this map. They're going to be able to easily take down these castle barricades, but it's a minute 10 left in this round. They should have been in and doing stuff a long time ago. There's a huge difference between how these two teams were using their time. Now firing up top, it's going to be Oatmeal, the first one to get a kill. K2 still firing in, but loses the gunfight to pushing. Extra takes down Galaxy, makes it a 3-on-4. Habibi now out with the guns. There is somebody watching this doorway. He sees the drone, and he will be able to take it out effectively, but he's given up his location. Extra roaming in the hallway. Sees a head, but can't quite hit it. Does a lot of damage, but takes a bit himself, and the Capitao fires off a couple of firebolts, pre-firing this angle. And now he sees the player coming up against him, but not able to hit a shot still in this gunfight. Vicky Poo in the same situation, bolting through the window. That's an easy kill. Takes down Rebuff, and Oatmeal at the same time does fall to Habibi. Extra has gotten himself out of this situation and is now continuing to roam on the second floor. Nicky Poo got to be aware of this window. Is he's going to flick his aim over. There's only 5 seconds. Sees him. Doesn't get shot, and he's actually going to win that gunfight. Dr. Chips goes down. It's a 3-on-1. All up to pushing, trying to fight in the bar, but he doesn't have anything, regardless if it's on time or kills. Extra takes down a teammate, and Habibi gets the final one, putting them on match point. Now they're going to go to Penthouse, as they can no longer go to Kitchen or Bar. This is a really, really bad situation to be in, obviously, for Octave Gaming. Down 5-2 is bad, but the fact that you're attacking now and they just won the last 2 defensive rounds means that even if you manage to win this, they get to go back to their most preferred site, which was Kitchen. And even if you win that one, they get to choose. They can go to Kitchen, which they've won once, lost once, or they go to Bar, which they've only won. If we end up in that situation. Right now, they've only won both of them. So it's a really great situation. Even if they lose this round, they're still looking great for the win. It'll take a big comeback, a huge game shift from from Octave to be able to pull it back here. Again, this is the quarterfinals, top 8. Winner of this moves on to the semis. So a lot riding here. Sometimes we watch the beginning of these Go4s and sort of like, well, if they win, that's alright. If they lose, that's alright too. Once you get into these later rounds, it becomes really important that, that you start winning. Or continue winning, as it would be in a single elimination tournament. So I'm interested to see how the pulse play works out for K2. We haven't seen this operator get played yet on this map. Here's a good one. The way that Oatmeals was sort of playing with the Valkyrie was a playstyle that maybe would have lent itself a little bit better to Pulse. Right, if you're playing from down below, if you're going for those C4 kills, the Heartbeat Center comes in very handy. Did K2 not spot that drone? That is unfortunate. I mean, he's going to spot these ones. He doesn't think he's been spotted. Maybe he hasn't been spotted. I'm pretty sure he has, though. You can see on the outlines, Extra is down here fighting for them as well. But it'll be Habibi, the first one to go down. Headshot from Oatmeals takes him off. And that's the Echo gone. That's a really important kill to get early if you're the attack. And like I said, I mean, this is the third bomb site. This is one that maybe is predicted to go a little bit more in favor of the attackers after 2 round wins from the defense. But a good start nonetheless. Continuing on with a good start. K2 goes down to rebuff. Pulse no longer a threat. And the rebuff was actually playing up top. It looks like he got him on the stairs, so he was trying to rotate back up. Extra will be the next one to face these stairs. But as we just saw, there's been a Claymore planted at the top. And he's not going to push that aggressively. Decides to just back off. It is not worth it. There's a Claymore up there, whether he saw it or not. And Rebuff is watching the angle as well, so not a good situation to be in. They're back mostly towards the bomb sites. Questionably placed Claymore. But Extra doesn't get anything despite the fact that he managed to take it down. He's going to come right back up onto these stairs, and we see there is somebody in the outline. But that's been barricaded off. It doesn't matter. Firing through, he's going to be able to lose the fight. The Twitch of Galaxy will win it. It's a 5-on-2, but finally Nikki is going to be the one to trade it out from down below, but it's Dr. Chips behind who gets the refrag. It's all up to Strage in a 1-on-4 for the win here. Gets a nice one on a pushing, but it's a 1-on-3. Firing immediately, running into the glass like he knows where everybody is. He's got the pings out for his team as well, watching that angle. Got to be careful here. 52 seconds to go, but it doesn't matter. Dr. Chips is there, and Octave Gaming will win round number 8. Why are they doing Pentos Theater again? Kitchen should be open. Are they changing it? Have they just forgotten? Are they sticking with Pentos? Okay. Good. I was worried for a minute. That would have been very strange. Considering Kitchen was their first choice as soon as this half started. They won it. And they just lost on Pentos. That would have been a questionable decision, but no, they're going to Kitchen. This is why I said it wasn't a huge boon if Octave were able to win that. Now, if they win this one, then that's something else. Now they've got the ball rolling. Now they're only 1 round away. They've got the momentum in their court, and they've proven that they can win on bomb sites that are favored towards the defense. But this will be the real test. Win it and survive, lose it, and you go home in the quarterfinals. It is all on the line for Octave Gaming. Let's see how they start to take this. K2 again on the Ella. And it looks like he's got the... Wait, where is he playing at?
10 seconds left.
Does he? He doesn't have the same setup he had last time.
5 seconds.
My bad, so... Playing a different angle potentially this time. They have quite a few people up in penthouse.
Attackers have
Up on the
checked
second floor in general. Looks like they're going to try to contest it very heavily. 3 Grismont mines going around the penthouse. So this is certainly going to be where K2 is playing. A couple of the other roamers as well here on the second floor. Likely going to be trying to support Habibi and Strage, likely the anchors. So we'll see. Extra is down in the main lobby. And this front door being opened up means that he needs to either aim towards it or move, and he's going to choose to move. There's been a window open up as well here towards the hallway, but nobody there yet. K2 about to be in a position. He hears the repel going on, but he gets droned out and he needs to run away. Shots being thrown in his direction, and yeah, he's got to get out of there. That's why droning is very important in this game. Looking from down below, and K2 back towards this opened up window. They're very curious about it. Extra playing towards this front door. But again, every time it seems like he's playing over here, he doesn't see anybody. Rebuff's drone gets shot out. That's something in favor of Nameless. But otherwise, not a lot going on here in the first minute and a half. And this is again what I've been talking about. Their attacks are very slow. Pushing about to walk into a world of Grismont. Legion Mine in the foot as well. Needs to be careful with being pushed, but Yellow was pushed pretty far back. K2 you can see playing in the hallway right now even. Takes down a Twitch drone, I guess, but yeah, no, really in no position to fight the Habana. Pushing safe and sound in the bathroom. Comes out in the penthouse now. Has one on ping. Doesn't find him through the wall though. Rebuff has taken quite a bit of damage. Still no kills, though, the first 2 minutes of this round. Going to rotate back over towards pushing. Try to help out his teammate. It'll be Dr. Chips, the first one to get a kill. And another one on to K2 after he gets it down. It's a 2-on-5 already as Oatmeal has gotten a kill. This is what the attack needed. Habibi and Extra need to be able to clutch this out if they want to get this win on the round. Extra still holding up top. Nobody really challenging him. Habibi all alone. Playing very aggressively on this door, but he gets the headshot on Oatmeals, and that's diffuser down. 38 seconds on the clock. If he can just live and cover that diffuser, this will be good for him, but he's decided to back off. More likely to survive back here. Hold a new angle. Nothing wrong with that. Rebuff has picked it up, but he's on very little HP. If he goes for the plant here, this could be devastating. Of course, it's the Echo that's alive. Extra takes down Galaxy. That's great for him, but he does get refragged. It's a 1-on-3. Trying to fire out now. Yokai Drone's not going to be effective. He needs to fight for his life, and he won't be able to. Octave Gaming become 1 round closer, and that was an extremely important one for them to win. Things are getting scary here. Now, what's the bomb site going to be this time? Every bomb site is open. They've just lost 2 in a row. They're undefeated on bar. Kitchen was their first choice. And if they go penthouse again, I'm going to scratch my head, but don't go penthouse. They're going penthouse again. The bomb site they've... Alright, they're going penthouse again. Will it pay off? Maybe, maybe not. They did dedicate a lot of resources last time towards penthouse. Maybe they thought they got to just kind of do that again. Not bringing exactly the same operators. In fact, pretty different operator pool. No more Ella, no more Legion. Those are the 2 big trap operators that are playing up there. Still have the Jaeger. But this time it's Nicky Poo playing on that. But we'll see. Round number 10. Is this going to go in favor of Nameless, or will we have our first overtime of the night? Again, the glass being brought up by Oatmeals, and he's still top fragging the server. He's still on 9. You see there's a big spread in terms of kills over on the side of Octave. You've got 9, 7, 8s coming over from Oatmeals, Rebuff, Dr. Chips. Then Galaxy with 1 right now, pushing on 3. Pushing maybe more of a support player. Galaxy maybe as well, but
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
when you've been losing the game like this, that might be something to look at. All I'm saying. K2 back on the pulse. Now, he hasn't had a ton of success so far. They haven't had a ton of success on Penthouse so far. But he's in a great position now. Surely they drone this out, though, and this is going to be... Oh, does he not get seen? Did he not get seen by either of them? I think he did. He goes for the Twitch drone, decides that's more important. Both drones down. A few shots thrown at the door. Got to be careful what's behind him, but he's going to get out unscathed, and it'll be extra. His teammate who gets the first one onto rebuff. That was the Bandit playing in the office. Luckily got that over towards the front door where Nicky Poo's currently playing. Now he's going to open that up. This downstairs roam is very thorough so far. They're covering all the angles they need to be. That's a second Twitch drone down. So K2 doing a lot of good work despite not getting any kills. And what a peek on an Oatmeal. Through the bars just for a second. One taps him onto the head. K2 having an excellent round, and there's only 3 players left alive. Oatmeal and Rebuff relying on their teammates to keep them in the tournament. And they're going to take a minute to regroup, re-strategize. I was giving them some slack for being really slow, but this time they went too fast and they paid for it. Nicky gets another kill onto Dr. Chips after the Yokai goes down, but a Yokai for a player, that's still a pretty good trade. You never want to lose a Yokai, but if you get a kill out of it, it's not the worst thing in the world. Galaxy watching for a run out that's not coming, pushing, trying to find some way to still be in this game. It's 5-on-2. It's looking really rough for them. But they're taking their time. About to see someone here. Putting in where he's actually at in terms of this outline. Pushing's just going to run in. Drops the diffuser behind him. He starts to get aggressive. Looking towards the bomb site. Nobody's over there. Strages, though. It's a 5-on-1. Pushing needs the clutch. There's 50 seconds to go. He's not looking the right direction. Nicky is nameless. Will win in the quarterfinals. Move on to the semis. 6-4 is your scoreline. And well played to those boys indeed. Now, we will take a quick break. We'll throw it to some music, and then we'll get right back into things with the semifinals. So don't go anywhere. That's coming up next.
It's my life, it's nothing more but pieces in
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to North American PC Go4 number 138. My name is Corn Pop. I will still be your caster tonight. And we are here in the semi-finals. We have got a game for you today. Nameless versus No Name. Those are our teams. Yep. It'll be an interesting match. We'll see how many times I get confused and mix up their names. Probably a lot, if I had to guess. But that's what we're looking at. We're about to start the semifinals. We've got 7 in server. So once we get all 10 in, then I will take off the splash screen and we can start the game off. Border is our map for the semifinals, which is nice because I always hate seeing the same map twice. So no coastline. We're on border. And border is a fun map as well. How can you dislike border? You can't. But No Name just got a... I'm not sure if it was a forfeit win or not. They were playing it for a while, and they had a map picked and everything out. It was against... Oh, no, the last match wasn't a forfeit. No, they definitely won their last match. The match before that was against the team we casted, I think that was last week. Slams 2.0. That was a forfeit. The last match that they played was not a forfeit. They managed to win it against a team with a very long name I'm not remembering. And they've made it here to the semifinals. They also played on Coastline for the quarterfinals. So neither of these teams favoring to go back there, which is nice. Now they're here in the semis. Winner of this will move on to the grand finals, which will be casted, however, not by me. So still plenty of Siege to look forward to. I'll direct you guys over to that channel as soon as this one's over. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We still have a whole semifinal match. Best of 1, of course, until the grand finals. That'll be a BO3. 9 in the server now. We're waiting on one last player from No Name, and then they will get in, and we can start things off. Pardon me. Hope everyone's been enjoying the tournament so far. I know there are a lot of, there are a few people chatting and watching the stream in the last match. I appreciate that. This match hopefully going to be good as well. The last one was a little bit shaky. It was looking pretty bad for the non-nameless team. But Nameless won it in the end. Almost had a comeback on our hands, but nope, Nameless shut that down. Landed their spot here in the semifinals. There's all 10. Nameless are ready to go. Just gonna wait for the ready up from No Name, and then we can start off the match here. Again, if you weren't watching in the last match, there's they are. We are on a 3-minute delay, so if anybody else is streaming or anything, that's fine. Just don't spoil anything is the only thing I ask. So here we go, semifinals, border. Start of the ban phase. No Name will get the first ban. And again, if I mix up these team names, I do apologize. This is going to be a first for me, Nameless versus No Name. Lions are first ban. That's not a first. That is a most of the time. There he goes. Powerful on border, just as he is every other map in the game. Classic ban from No Name. Now, I believe last time, Nameless, they did have the same ban order. And they chose Blackbeard rather than a Glaz. And they used the Glaz rather effectively, too. No, they didn't. They never used the Glaz, did they? Yes, I'm getting the teams mixed up, but no, they never used Glaz last time. It was used against them rather effectively. They're going to take that off the board. I think that's a smart move. It's a powerful operator. You don't seem to favor playing him. Why not? Take him out. The third one, Mira, I'm betting. No, Pulse. This is a powerful Mira map. If she gets through, that'll be something. Last ban for No Name. It'll be Mira. So close. Pulse was an operator they were actually using, although not to a lot of success in the last game, Nameless. So deciding that they just don't want to have any part of it here. Interestingly, neither Capital, I saw him on my screen, Maestro or Echo have been banned out. And Maestro are going to be used by Revy. I'll list off the rosters real quick before we go live here. Nameless, you should recognize if you watched the last game, but they're going to have K2, Habibi, Strage, Nikki, and Extra. And over on the other side, No Name are going to have Snooper, Revy, Donut, Jahan, and LWS. Which might be an abbreviation for Lewis. I'm going to go with LWS, though, until somebody says otherwise.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Armory Lockers is our first bomb site, which is pretty typical of this map. Last map, we saw some strange bomb sites going on, but this map, we're starting off at least a lot more standard. We'll watch as they start to set things up. Again, bringing the Maestro, no Echo, despite that being available. Maybe not a lot of room in the composition if you want. You're too aggressive, you're two anchors, and you're sort of one in-between guy.
5 seconds to insertion.
Your two support players, your two fragging operators, and then your one flex. If you really want to stick to that, then maybe there's not room for a smoke, an Echo, and a Maestro, but regardless, the round has started, and already K2 and LWS get kills. Donut and Extra both go down. I don't want to call it a trade because those are two completely separate instances. But yes, that was fast. LWS on the Legion. Not even 30 seconds into this round, and it's already a 4-on-4. That is pretty surprising. We'll see Nameless now as they start to enter things, and Habibi getting ready to come in. Donut laughing at that one. As they start to open things up. Now getting ready to run in towards bomb sites. Man, that could have been really bad. He actually notices that was a little bit last second, and Snooper almost gets punished for it. Jahan will get punished as Habibi takes the head off of him. Only 3 defenders left alive, and we're still 2 minutes to go in this round. This is looking really good for the attackers so far, but of course not over yet. All the roamers have been dispatched. Everybody's back onto the site now. Revy trying to hold on to this wall. I'm betting the bandit batteries are placed down there. I didn't check, but 9 times out of 10, that's where they're going to be. And not in the right way. Revy doesn't get punished for it, though. He's got to be really careful. I believe that's Nikki outside, who's watching the window now, but could have had an easy kill. Paying a little bit more attention. Speaking of not paying attention, Snooper is going to stop that. Nikki not looking in the right direction, and going to pay for that one. The smoke finds the shot. First gas canister going to go off, and he's firing through the wall at these pings. Another gas canister happening here. 1:14 to go in this round remainder, and he's only got 1. Now he's got none. Strage takes him down. It's a 2-on-3. LWS down below. Not a lot he can do from down here, except for try to hold this really specific tight angle. And this could actually work out, because they're all walking here, but he kind of looks away. Now he just needs to fire through the floor to try to get this kill. The pings are coming out, so he can just fire down onto the diffuser. He's going to go through, try to hit the bars. He's hitting all of the bars, though, unfortunately. Now with the grenade, finally LWS takes down Strage, evens out the numbers. And that's Revy on the Maestro, who's now going to be able to stop this plant from going down. They just have no idea how to deal with this Maestro cam. Habibi needs to be able to stop it. K2's gone down, so it's all up to him fighting the Maestro. He just saw him for a second through the wall. He's going to get the down. 1-on-1. He's got the pings. He knows exactly where he's fighting. They've both got full pings. LWS pushing into the bomb site now. Sees the head, but it's too late. Habibi takes him down and gets the last one as well. Nameless will win the first round. 3 kills from Habibi. It is Lewis. Good. Good. I'll call him Lewis then. Because that is much easier to say than LWS. So, Lewis topped the scoreboard for his team after only 1 round. Got 2 kills. Not quite enough. That grenade play at the end there was pretty clutch, although it didn't work out in the end. That was looking pretty scrappy. by the end of things for Nameless. I mean, they won the gunfights in the end. It just doesn't matter, right? If it was scrappy or not. They got the 1-0 in the first round, but the fact that it took so long to take care of that Maestro cam, and the fact that they even let it get to such a disastrous position. Nikki going down in a very strange way. A little bit of sloppiness. They did get a couple of really early kills on the roamers. I think Jahan and Donut need to be playing a little bit tighter in this next round. But if they can fix their roamer issues, No Name looked good to take this bomb site. Of course, Armory Locker is generally a site that's going to favor the defense. Certainly compared to the other sites in defense, you'd like to play it as much as you possibly can.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds remaining.
So I want to see where these aggressive players are. They're dying 20 seconds into the round.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
LWS might have been playing over towards that wall. And again, down to K2. K2 is outside the building. What is this angle that he's holding onto? LWS is gone so quickly. Second round in a row that he's gotten just an insanely fast shot. Twitch chat still upset I'm saying LWS. I'm sorry. We have a 3-minute delay, so I do see your message.
Bomb has been located.
It's just going to take a minute for me to respond on the stream.
Bomb located by attackers.
Alright, you gotta be a bit careful. There are people coming up towards him. There's a Capital bolt. Goo Mine in his foot. And Evil Eye being shot at him as well. He's just going to retreat. He's on too little HP to deal with that. And a pixel angle. Is that going to pay off? Yes, it will. K2 onto Revy. Widens the player gap even farther than it already was. Still holding this angle. This could be really dangerous. Again, trying to peek that and what a flick over by K2. Takes down Jahan. Snooper from the flank, though, does take down Habibi. Donut and Snooper, last man's standing now with a shotgun. A great shot to down and then finally take down Strage. It's a 3-on-2. They're slowly clawing this back. Snooper trying to take the gunfight over by the bomb site. Vaulting in extra will take down Snooper, the head off of him, but Donut will get the refrag. It's a 2-on-1. Minute and a half still to go in this round. Diffuser being planted. This window being covered. If he's not careful, he's going to run off, but Nicky's holding the window, and Donut won't be able to win that one. Great job from Nicky to be able to get that shot. He just ran right across the window, and if he was a little bit faster, he is a 3-speed. So if Nicky wasn't so sharp, that round could have gone the complete opposite direction. But it didn't, and now it's 2-0 in favor of Nameless. And again, sticking with Armory Lockers, no change up at the bomb site. They have lost it twice, but it's been so close both times.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Again, almost the exact same lineup as they had the first 2 rounds on defense. This time, Lewis is going to be on Doc rather than playing the Legion. So fewer Goo Mines, but who knows? He might be wanting to get aggressive. I'm definitely watching Habibi at the start of this round, though, because I want to know what angle he's holding. It's likely, I mean, he's always spawning over here, so it's likely just through this door or something.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Through a window here. Tough to say.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Not spawning in the same spot, unfortunately, so we won't get to see it, but maybe he'll find another one. Why not take some fast shots into the doorway, into the windows? He almost got one, too. There is someone playing over there. I believe that's Jahan. Or, no, that was Lewis. Either way, with ACOG on his gun, he's got a lot more range than the average defender, but it's going to be Jahan. Doesn't need range. He's got the headshots onto Strage. Takes down some drones as well. Rotates right back to the bomb site as needed. And now it's Donut playing in offices. Interesting. Usually you'll see the bandit over by the bomb site trying to bandit trick, but Lewis through the door now takes down Nikki. And importantly, the first kill that went down was actually onto the hard breacher of Thermite. So that wall is perfectly fine. No need at all for the bandit to try to bandit trick that wall. They can't get it open regardless. Lewis just trying to deal with this soft wall here. In the attack, you can see they started to take this a lot slower than they were at the start of this. Habibi rotating in, but he loses the gunfight. Sees Donut for so long, but does not react, and he pushes out. Jahan and Donut clean things up so decisively. No Name finally went around in the way they were wanting. And they will be forced back downstairs to ventilation workshops. Now, the issue with losing that bomb site twice is that you cannot play on defense in armory lockers again. Unless you make it overtime. Because that was bomb site number 3. You can't play for the next 2 rounds. That's rounds 4 and 5. And round 6, you're going to be on attack. So if they want to win this first half, they're going to have to win on ventilation workshop and then a 3rd bomb site as well, which is not generally favored for the defense. Of course, it's not impossible. We've seen it before. But statistically, that's not likely to work out for them. This time bringing the Mute instead of the Bandit. Looks like they only changed their lineup. And of course, no more Doc either.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
And on the attack, you can see they've done quite a few changes. They've got a lot of soft destruction. They've got the Buck and the Sledge, 2 main soft destructors. Zofia as well, to some extent. And then you've got your hard destruction duo in terms of Habana and then Thatcher to help her out. So likely Revy and Snooper playing back down towards the bomb site. Donut might rotate down there as well. Maybe not. Lewis might. BB on the Buck this time. And again, it's K2 this time holding the angle. But Strage dies that angle for the 3rd time now. Incredible stuff. They're not too happy about it, but what can you do? Holding upstairs, already a man down. And every time that has happened, they have lost the round. So it doesn't look good for this half. Fire at the window. Jahan can't quite hit the head, and he's going to just back off. Rather live. I think that's a smart move. Gunshots coming in from both sides. He sees the Zofia, the barrel of Nikki's gun, and he's going to find that one. Another one, almost a lot of damage over to the hard breacher of Strage, but he's going to back off. No threat anymore. Jahan's still playing in offices, and he knows he's got people coordinating on him, but Strange will win the fight. And K2 finds another one, headshot onto Donut. It's all up to the anchors to try to hold this down. 4 players up above them, hungry for some kills. First one is the Habana, opening up the soft hatch. Snooper trying to fire through the hatch to shoot the Habana pellets. Not quite successful. It's pretty difficult to do. Kind of risky too. Snooper now aware that these floorboards are being opened up above him, but he's got a shotgun ready to fire on the first head he finds. There it is, and actually pulling out the drone or something. He's not going to be able to do it, but Revy, meanwhile, getting 2 kills of his own. X2, or K2, sorry, and Extra, both going down. At least Snooper still trying to find this player. I believe that's Habibi. Looking down, he sees it, but these bars are in the way. Can't play around him effectively. Gotta be really careful where he's standing. He's opened up these 2-way holes. There is one of them with a shotgun. A nice headshot onto Snooper, and it's all onto Revy. He'll need the 4K this round to not lose it. 50 seconds to go on that clock. Time advantage in favor of Revy, but Strage not looking the right direction, and all of a sudden it's a one-on-one. Revy pre-firing an angle. Doesn't know at all where the enemy is, but now he does. Habibi, grenade comes out, but he's not looking. Revy comes out from behind his cover, hits the fast headshot, and No Name will tie things up. We've got a game on our hands between the two teams without names. Customs Supply will be the final bomb site before we switch halves. Switch sides in the next half, rather.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
It seems like No Name really like to stick to their operators. They do change it up a little bit, but I believe Jahan, Revy, and Snooper have been on the same operators every single round. Lewis had 1 round on Doc, and Donut had 1 round on Mute, if I'm not mistaken. But otherwise, this has been their definitive lineup. Putting a lot of resources up here into the security room.
10 seconds to
Don't blame them at all for that. That's right on top of the bomb site. Crucial to be able to hold on to it.
5 seconds left.
Snooper coming up here. I'm wondering what he's up to. Oh, he's creating some holes in the floor, looks like. Because, yeah, he'll probably want to be playing more towards the bomb site. He'll likely be the one that's trying to fire up through these holes that he's making for himself. But interestingly enough, the round's just getting started, and nobody is up on that second floor anymore. Except for Snooper, who's still just creating holes. And they gotta be careful. The aggression's been very fast from Nameless in recent rounds. I don't like that they've got all their roamers still on the first floor. Extra's gonna drone out Snooper. Snooper might be stuck here on the second floor unless he just wants to drop down. Here come the roamers, finally. Lewis has made it up despite losing a bit of health. The grenade, meant only for the hatch, but it'll get a drone as well. He knows his angle's being watched, though. It's Habib who's going to use his drone to figure out where he is and sees Lewis drop through the hatch back down to the bomb site. Nothing to worry about. What a big flank from Jahan. He's not aware, though. Over by the hallway, Extra catches him off guard. Gets the first kill of this round. It's a 4-on-5. Snooper still playing up on the second floor. Again, an aggressive smoke is always risky because if he dies early, that's a lot of utility off the board. But he's the only player still on the second floor for his team, and he's trying to get down below. He will make it, although downed. Trying to crawl over to Donut. Will Donut make it in time? With Revy getting a kill, I think he will. Picking up his teammate now. And just barely, Snooper won't get punished for playing aggressive on smoke. K2 trying to fire down below. Now, top control has gone in favor of Nameless. Trying to play these angles, break some more holes in the floor, so you've got the sledge for this very purpose. See what you can find. That's a downed player. Extra, actually, with the Claymore. And that should be an easy kill from K2. Yes, it is. 2 defenders left alive. 1 on the evil eye. That's Revy. Actually catching the Capitao off guard. Habibi not looking the right direction, thinking the Maestro will be close to where the evil eye is. But no, he's not. And still, surely Revy should have been called out by this point. But he has not been. Extra sitting on the ground. Snooper holding an angle, trying to watch that hatch. From behind. Revy's ready for it, but it doesn't matter when K2 hits the shots. It's a 2-on-1. Snooper with a gas canister. Notice there's somebody back there. You can seemingly hear him, but it doesn't matter how good your information is if you don't hit your shots. K2's on fire right now. Let's take a look at his stats. Top of the scoreboard. 9 kills, 3 deaths. He's playing exceptional. Or if he's asking if he downed Thatcher. Yes, he did. He's happy about that. Well done. Well done indeed. So Nameless winning the half, but just barely. All 3 rounds that they won came down to the wire. Very, very close ones. Now we've swapped sides. K2 played Tachanka for just a second. And they're going custom supply for their first bomb site. This team... I mean, it wasn't even them last map who were doing the weird bomb sites. It just seems to be a trend here in the tournament tonight. Teams doing strange bomb sites. Alright, customs to start things off. I suppose they feel they just won it on attack. Surely that'll translate to defense. Maybe. K2 bringing out the Echo. Again, not something that was utilized at all by No Name. A couple operators being utilized by No Name, though, that Nameless didn't try to use while on the attack. Specifically, the Blackbeard. And for a second, it looked like it would have been Maverick as well, but no. Sticking with the IQ instead. Fair enough. And certainly, I think this lineup was chosen to try to attack upstairs at Armory Lockers. But, no. Nope, they go downstairs instead. And that'll definitely throw off the attack a little bit. Not something they have chosen their operators specifically for, but they haven't chosen any super niche operators. Maybe Blackbeard, they were wanting to play over on this window. But they still could. I mean, there's a lot of upstairs control being held. Again, it's weird they're having a couple of anchors up on the second floor. K2's up here. And Strage as well. Meanwhile, Extra and Nikki. Well, Nikki's up here, I suppose. In Armory Lockers. 2 ADSs being placed down. This is where he's going to want to be playing and already being droned out. So both those ADSs and his position found out. It's Extra down below who's roaming in Tellers. And then for the defense, Strage still on the second floor, playing pretty aggressively too. He's got a Maestro cam, you saw it just for a second outside. Not that one, but he's got to be careful. Another operator, which can be really important in the late game. Maybe less so when you have both a smoke and an echo. Strage, a nice little hole that he's able to look through. Gotta watch out, these attackers are starting to close in though. From the south balcony, Jehan walking into the break room. Donut's gonna be the first one though, on to Nikki. K2 answers onto Donut, but trying to get this headshot finally. Jehan, his shield breaks, but he's missing every single shot. Puts on his new one. Meanwhile, Revy takes down Extra. He's being disoriented and then finally taken down by Strage with that Alda 5.56. Lewis coming upstairs. Rotating up. Revy still down below, firing through the wall. Not finding anybody, though. It's a 3-on-3 with a minute 15 to go in the round number 6. First round after the half swap. Snooper's just starting to get into the action. Revy gotta be so careful. Claymore right next to that hatch in case anybody's trying to drop down. Nobody playing directly over there. Strage again with this peek hole takes down Snooper. This little hole has done so much for him. 2 kills already out of it. K2 deciding to drop back down. Now is the time, and I agree. Lewis finds Strage after his rampage is over. Lewis firing up. There's nobody down, or there's nobody still on the top floor. They're still trying to clear it out. 30 seconds to go. They need to realize that they're safe and sound up here. All they have to worry about is who's down below through the wall. They will get the downer to Habibi. I don't believe they know that, though, and so Habibi, if he can get over to K2, he'll be able to live, but Revy could take advantage of this. Not looking in the right direction. And with Habibi being downed, final kill going for Revy, and excellently played. Catching the Echo off guard. Winning the round for his team. We're all tied up. It's 3-3 after round number 6. Back and forth she goes. If this doesn't seem like an overtime game, I don't know what does. Now they're going ventilation workshop. I don't understand. I don't understand. Go armory lockers. Why don't you go armory lockers? I guess they don't like it. Interesting decision. Widely considered to be the best bomb site on the map. They've opted off of choosing it twice now.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Again, they're playing downstairs. There is a theory, right? That ventilation workshop it's pretty much the same hold as armory lockers, because you still need to hold this upstairs area, but you kind of have an extra layer of defense in that you can now fall downstairs and commit to this bomb site after you lose up here. So you sort of have two fronts you can fight it on, rather than just not caring about this bottom side. Of course, there are other advantages to actually holding up here, in that they can't just run downstairs and plant the bomb, which they could do if you're focusing too hard up on the top floor. And right now they've got all 5 players up and they've castle barricaded themselves in. Now they could take the hatches, which is what Strage has done. Apologies for keep messing up his name. Strage, yes. He'll be playing downstairs. No Echo, notably. The K2's gone to the castle instead. Castle's pretty good on this bomb site. I don't dislike that. An extra holding upstairs with these bandit batteries. Again, they put a lot of utility up onto the second floor, so that's probably what their mindset is. Let's put a lot of effort on holding this. And then, if we lose it, it's not a big deal. We haven't lost the game. We can just fall back downstairs. It's not the end of the world. Playing extra aggressive. As he's about to peek this doorway. Careful not to peek it too hard. The Zofia comes through and deals a lot of damage to him. Takes down one of his bandit batteries. Now he's being flashed. He's having a rough time of things. K2 is sort of nearby. I mean, you can see him on the outline. K2 cleaned up by Revi, though. 4-on-5. Habibi's taking a lot of damage as well. Nikki coming up close. Habibi evens the score. Takes down Revi with a refrag. A little bit late, but doesn't matter. Back towards the bomb site. Jahan finds Extra, who is playing still close to that wall. As you can see his corpse there. And everyone has rotated back to the first floor on the defense. Lewis is resetting himself, as is Jahan. So the attackers are going to take a breather here. Reset both of their teammates. Take a minute. Get ready to refight this. You still have 1:05 to go on this clock. That's plenty of time to work with. You can't be slow with a time like that, but you don't have to worry about just rushing in. Time is never on your side as an attacker, but it's not too threatening at the moment. Super's going to open up this wall again. I don't think anybody is on the second floor. No, they're not. So they can just run in. They don't need to be so careful about droning and clearing the second floor. The first floor, absolutely. They've got 3 guns trained at this door right now. Smoke, or fire arrows going in, and Super's going to run for the plant. But there is a gas grenade, and he's going to get shot by Nikki from behind. Holding a really nice angle, but through the window, it'll be Lewis. Finds another one. 2-on-3 now. Habibi on such little HP. Doing his best to try to hold it down here. He's got some pings from his teammate. A wide rotate through the window. Didn't see the second one, though. Yes, he did, but Donut finds him first. It's a 1-on-1 to end things out. Donut. 10 seconds remaining, but through the wall. Strage has the information, and he gets the headshot. Nameless will take round number 7 and put themselves back in the lead. And finally, we go to Armory Lockers. And there is something to be said about going to those unfavorable bomb sites the first 2 rounds, especially that you managed to win one of them on ventilation. Now you can play Armory. You can put yourselves on an easy match point. However, you can't play Armory Lockers again. So that logic kind of breaks down really quickly. No, it's got to be just that they're not as comfortable on this map, or on this bomb site rather.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
But if they can win this, then round number 10, they'll get another chance at ventilation, which they seem to be very proficient on. Nameless have yet to be behind in this game.
Discovered the location of a bomb.
They went up 2-0, it's tied 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. Now it is 4-3. Nameless having the lead or being tied every single round.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Interestingly, they've also chosen to put Habibi
10 seconds left.
on the dock,
5 seconds left.
but opting to remove the smoke rather than the lesion,
Attackers recovered
which is
the
an
bomb diffuser.
interesting play.
Moving to defuse the
I think
bomb.
smoke has the highest pick rate out of all defenders. A very useful, a very general operator. But if you've got 5 other roles that you just need to be filled, then not taking him is certainly viable. As we typically see on this bomb site, there's not a ton of roaming. Interesting peek out from Strage, but he doesn't find anything. See K2 trying to open up this window. Deciding if he wants to or not. Where are the attackers right now? They're droning in. They've seen the bandit trying to trick. First battery will die. Stuper's not even in the area to plant his dynamite, though. Extra, a little bit preoccupied. He's only got 1 battery in his pocket. And decides he doesn't want to try to take that. Doesn't want to time it. He's lost it. Keep your life. Smart play. But the wall's been opened up now. Not what you wanted, but acceptable. Donut taking control of security room as well. Took a little bit of damage. Might have just been a goo mine, though. Nothing to really worry about. K2 coming back around. Toss the goo mines out. Nikki holding the back lines. Nobody really trying to flank, though. And Revy over on the stairs as well. Opting to go from below. As the IQ, a lot of times you will see her down below. Trying to deal with those batteries. Likely where she was. And a nice shot from Snooper. The hard destructor finding the kill on a Habibi with the headshot. So no more ACOGs on the defense. Well, okay, I'm lying. No more ACOGs on the defense. Jaehan takes down Strage. K2 gonna free frag, and there's a C4 from Extra. K2 another one. Finally shut down by Donut. Things just got exciting. Extra's on very little HP now, though, and Nikki finally has to stop holding the flank. Comes around, and Donut, where are you looking? Nikki from beside. Takes an easy kill. Lewis is gonna get the plant, though. It's a 2-on-1. This is a very tense situation. Lewis trying to tie up the game right now in a 2-on-1. Needs to win this. He's standing up, and he's going to get the down. Needs another one, but he's missing all of his shots. Finally, Nikki will get it. And we'll get the defuse as well. A little bit scary there because it seemed like Nikki missed quite a few before finally getting the down. But Nameless win round 8 regardless and put themselves up on a match point. No Name will have 2 more opportunities to stay in this game. They're going to need to utilize both of them. Lucky for them, this first opportunity is going to be on customs, which they've already successfully attacked once. And generally pretty, I don't want to say easy bomb site to attack, but easier than the other ones, certainly. But who knows? This could be the end of things. The semifinals, of course. Winner of this match moves on to the grand finals of the North American PC. Go4 number 138. Here we go.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So with setup getting underway, again, you see a lot of anchors. You've got the smoke, you've got the echo, and then you've got the maestro as well.
Bomb located by
They're strong operators. You should be taking them when the strategy calls for it. And then you got your two German roamers as well, making extra. I mean, they might not choose to do exactly that. We've seen a lot of teams put the maestro or the smoke on the roam. The maestro in particular, Strage, we've seen him play here, looking into the meeting room, or the break room rather. He's done a lot of work playing in security. He's gonna do the same evil eye. This is the one I was talking about a little bit earlier.
attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
But put it outside. Be careful. You are being detected, but you've got your team to cover you. It's not the end of the world. And now you can take a look. Really useful camera. Now, of course, you do have a sledge, but to be able to sledge that camera, you've kind of got to expose yourself in a way you really wouldn't want to. Allah. Donut almost being caught out. Gotta be careful. Extra. Speaking of being caught out, on about 1 HP as he's trying to run back to his team. Hopefully get reset. Takes a break to board off tellers. But he'll be able to make it back to his team. Hopefully Smoke and throw a canister at him. Lewis, meanwhile, making sure Strage won't get reset as he gets the kill on the run out. But so aggressive from Donut. He's going to get one, including another one onto Lewis. A third onto Nikki, though. That's a net gain. Overall, not too bad. Revy finds another one at extra, and it looks like they're going to stay in this round. Habibi, the last hope to win it in round number 9, sorry. Saw the gun for just a moment there. That was the IQ. Surely Habibi doesn't look the right direction, and Donut popping off that round. What are his stats at? 9 kills overall. A lot of that was from this round. I'm not sure how many exactly it was, but it's a lot. That's all that matters. He did well. Round number 10, match point, of course. And I'm guessing ventilation workshop. Yes, sir. This is exactly the same situation we saw in the quarterfinals when Nameless were up 5-4 in round number 10 and they won it without needing overtime. Will it be the same story here, or will No Name accomplish what other teams couldn't and win it in overtime? Well, first they're going to have to get there. This time K2 6-picking the castle and maybe just throwing some doubt in there, like, oh, what if we're actually going to go play on customs again? But regardless,
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
round 10. Mickey's chasing some drones. Of course, there's a lot on the line for Go4s now. There's a prize pool for the monthly finals, which happen, spoiler alert, once a month. If you're new to the Go4s, how they work is you play every week, you get points depending on how well your team places in the tournament. And then at the end of the month, the 8 teams with the most points move on to the monthly finals.
Attackers have recovered their defuse.
And they have a single elimination tournament to decide the winner of the month, and that winner gets some real cash. Same with second place. They also get some money. So it is a low-level tournament, but cool to be able to play for some money still for an online weekly cup. Now, 30 seconds into the last round of the regular time. And again, they've got a lot of effort pointed towards this top half. Right, Nikki's currently up here, as well as Extra. Habibi, the 3 players, and K2 pretty much playing up there. Sitting on top of the servers in the server room. Very close. Extra on the Bandit has a difficult job trying to make sure this wall stays closed. In direct opposition to Snooper, of course. And Revy we might see down below as well. Currently just droning out the bomb site. So, if the attack want to take this slow, I definitely don't blame them for that. I mean, don't be too slow. Like, that's a good start. No more Bandit. Extra's taken off of the map. And Lewis will use that as an opportunity to run right on in, but that might have been a mistake. He gets down through the wall behind him, and now Jahan's not looking the right way at all. They're both going to go down. Habibi gets both of them in the end with a shotgun. Well done by him, and the diffuser down as well. Nikki takes down Snooper. 3 kills straight in a row, and Strage finds a final. This is going to be it. Donut can't make it work, and Nameless move on to the grand finals. What an exciting match between the two teams with no names. In the end, though, Nameless are your victors, 6-4. So that has been my time. Thank you guys all for watching the stream. Grand finals are coming up next. They won't be on my Twitch channel. That'll be casted by Tedious. So I will host his channel after I end the stream. And yeah, if you did enjoy my casting, you can feel free to follow the channel if you want to see more Go4s. Cover them every week. They're a ton of fun. You can follow me on Twitter. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.